Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 7th. You start with this Metamorphosis card. It says, your inner self is being renewed day by day, so new and better ways can come forth. You have this Crow Spirit. It says, you'll soon receive news that will bring some blessed experiences into your life. So I like to see that for sure. I think that I think that I said you were in Caterpillar Soup the last time that we did a reading, and that Metamorphosis card, really says pretty much that you've been, in Caterpillar Soup. You've been dealing with some difficulties. Sure, we're going to take this card as well, and I'm glad I did because it's a very good card. But, I think you've been going through some challenges, and now you're kind of coming out the other side here, Sag. So that's the good news. You have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Justice card. The Ace of Wands is, of course, out with the old, in with the new. One thing I will say is that this happens every single time we have eclipse season, that people get like a bunch of aces in their readings, and eclipses are like a time of like fate or fated things happening in our lives. And so what I would say is that during eclipses, we can definitely experience new beginnings, or we can start new beginnings after the eclipse. And I feel for some of you, the Ace of Wands is just saying, out with the old, in with the new. You're starting something new, or you're starting something different in your life. And of course, that would be a good thing with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about following your desires. And right next to it, you have the Sun, which is also great, because this would say that you are moving more towards a life of like passion, fulfillment, and just positive energy. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. I actually feel pretty good about this as well. I kind of look at Seven of Cups as being one of those cards that can be a good card or it could be a bad card, depending on what's surrounding it, right? And so you have all pretty much positive cards, and I feel this is saying that your options are opening up and you are experiencing better options. There's some good things and bad things in the cups that he is looking at, but I still feel that there are opportunities that are not going to be great for you, of course, but it's like at least you have a bunch of opportunities. So if you're looking for a job, for example, it's like some of them will be great, some of them won't. And maybe you're coming off of a period of time where you've only had opportunities that haven't really been that fulfilling or haven't been that great. And so I feel this is like a positive change in the opportunities that you are experiencing. Next, we have the Justice card. Again, we just had that eclipse in Libra. Every single person, almost every single reading had the Justice card. So Justice is cause and effect. And Justice is about looking at things that are worth it, looking at things that aren't worth it, also creating more balance in our lives. And so I feel this is just saying that you're just working with the eclipse energy, and that's it. One thing I will say is that the Libra eclipse was a solar eclipse, which usually illuminates something to us, and you have the sun here. So a lot of you maybe have been, maybe the eclipse kind of enlightened you to a new direction in your life. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Six of Cups. Yeah, I feel very good about this. Sometimes I read the Six of Cups as a gift from the universe, just depending on how I feel. And I feel that this is a gift. Usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and the Six of Cups represents the removal of the obstacle. So, this new beginning could be the removal of an obstacle. It could, if you've been settling basically with that Seven of Cups, like I feel like some of you maybe have had to settle for like a job or a position. I feel that this is saying that you don't have to settle now. It's like you're getting something that you actually want. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. So whenever a card repeats itself, it's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. I think it's also nice that you have the King of Wands here, because the King of Wands is looking over to the Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands is a little bit of a visionary, and he can kind of see the future in some ways. So it says to me that the King of Wands is normally Aries, but it could be you, could just be a fire sign, and you show up right here. It's almost like you have a better eye for opportunities that are going to be fulfilling, or are going to work out for you, or are going to be good for you. With the Justice card, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. The lady on this card is trying to find a middle ground, but I kind of feel with the Justice card that that you shouldn't be looking for a middle ground, is what I would say. Because, we go up to the Temperance card. Sometimes I feel with the Temperance card that he could easily just step off on this path and he could go and get that crown. That's called the path to glory. And so he doesn't have to like perfect anything any longer. Sometimes I feel with the Temperance card, even though it's not a bad card, he's trying to turn turn water into wine. He's like trying to create the perfect situation before he gets started, but really that's not how life works. You just need to get started. And I feel that kind of with the Two of Swords, because Two of Swords and Justice can sometimes represent negotiation. But you could be trying to negotiate with yourself, like saying things like, oh, I'll do this when, or, once I make this money, I'll get started on this or whatever. And I feel these cards are kind of like saying, no, start now. Now is the time, right? Next, you have this in the area of what's coming in for you. You have this Moon Mastery. It says Law of Attraction. You also have this Talk to the Moon. It says Communicate. So you could be attracting a lot with your words, and I would pay attention to the words that you're using, and I would use better words on yourself, and I would also speak more positively about the things that you are trying to manifest. You have the King of Cups, the Sun, the King of Wands, and the Magician. Magician, of course, is also a card of manifestation. The King of Cups can be manifesting through your emotions. He is sitting in the deep ocean here, and the story of the King of Cups is that he has explored his emotions to a very deep level, and he understands how he feels about everything, and he's sitting in choppy waters. So the choppy waters say that he still has to deal with all the problems and issues of the world, but he is choosing to be happy with the sun right here. So I think that for a lot of you, that part of your manifestation needs to be your focus, like the things that you focus on and keeping your focus and your emotions moving in a positive direction. I do also feel that, not really a love reading, but there could be a person coming in for you. It could be like a water sign with fire sign with water, because you have the King of Wands here as well. And it could be a person who makes you very happy as well. You have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, it could be a person, but I kind of feel this is your energy because we go up to that Temperance card. And, again, showing up as yourself or your own energy really puts you in a position of power and strength, allows you to get what you want from the reading, and can lead to more success. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be saying that you are just finding a lot more success at this time with the King of Wands. I also feel that, I kind of feel a little bit more of a driven energy. So maybe you haven't been feeling very motivated. And I do feel that this week, literally this week, the 7th. So if you're watching this early, you still might be feeling tired. But I think once we get to the 7th, it's almost like a switch turns on and you feel much more motivated to be successful. You have the Magician, again, a card of manifestation. I do feel a lot of you could be manifesting just whatever you want into your life, which would be a good thing. I would stay focused on the words that you're using. I would also take action on those manifestations with the King of Wands. Part of manifestation is action. I think people think they can just think about something and everything will change, but of course that's not true. So I would make sure that you're taking action, the actions necessary. With the Sun and the King of Cups, you have the Sun, a lot of repeating cards already. Whenever we have repeating cards, I look at this as confirmation from the universe. It's basically, the universe saying I meant what I said, but it's also the universe saying that you're already moving in the right direction, which is great. With the King of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I knew there were going to be a lot of aces. I said it at the beginning of the reading. So definitely new beginning energy. The King of Wands is holding on to one wand, just like the Ace of Wands. So this could be you grabbing on to a new idea. Then the Ace of Pentacles would say that you need to take care of this idea. The Ace of Pentacles is simply the card of something that has potential, and potential means nothing. And with the Ace of Pentacles, we really have to take care of it. I always say the Ace of Pentacles is like having a garden. There is a garden in the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and we have to water it, feed it, fertilize it, give it sunlight. We have to take care of it, nurture it into existence. So whatever you're working on, I would make sure that you are really, really nurturing and caring for something and nurturing it into existence. With the Magician, you have the Chariot. The Chariot would be a victory or a big success coming in for you. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be finding success with the Chariot, or bigger success with the Chariot, of course. I also feel that the Chariot is another card of manifestation. The Chariot, he normally has those stars above in the canopy above him, and he has the moons on his shoulders, the stars on his head, as well on his crown. And the Chariot can represent as above, so below. And this whole entire row is really saying that it could be, your manifestation could be on fire at this time. The other thing I would say about the Chariot is it does represent setting yourself apart. And sometimes to manifest, we have to set ourselves apart. If we're just like most people don't manifest very good lives, right? So we have to be different. We have to change ourselves so that we can manifest the things that we desire. We have to be in alignment with exactly what we want. And if we are, then we will get it. So I would say, what are the things that you're not doing, or what things are you doing that you can double down on to manifest things faster? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Komodo dragon. It says ferocity, survival instinct, and revolutionary change, which would definitely be a metamorphosis. You have this unicorn. It says divine purity, rarity, and sovereignty. Too many T words going on here. But I feel there could be like a rare opportunity that you're going to really need to go after, especially with that Ace of Pentacles. You know, the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Wands. I don't think this is something that you're just going to be able to dip your toes in the water with. So if you're getting, a work opportunity, I would really go for it. If you're thinking about starting a new business, I would really go for it. And if you're thinking about starting a new relationship, I would, be all in at this time. You have the Temperance card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Temperance, of course, is cause and effect, not cause and effect, but it's, trying to perfect something. But I do feel that cause and effect energy. It is connected to that Justice card in the first diagonal in your reading. But I kind of feel like the Temperance card is your future self is saying to you that you could just get started on this path right now. So if there's something you want, or if there's something you want to manifest, I would just take the first steps, right? Like Six of Pentacles type energy. You don't have the Six of Pentacles here yet, but it might show up. And I would say taking those first steps is going to be what you need to do. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect. I would just get started. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses, wants you to double down on your strengths. The whole point of the Five of Pentacles is that they could easily get inside this church and it would represent a place of sanctuary. And so some of you might have had to do this. Like maybe, and we said this with that Seven of Cups. It's like maybe you've had to accept a job that really isn't that great because you can't get anything else. But I kind of feel that's what's changing in this reading, is that you are getting something that you want, or you're going to be changing to something that you want. Some of you might be here right now. It's like maybe you're thinking that you have to accept a job that's not really that great, but it will provide you with something and make your life easier. And I kind of feel like that's what this card is saying, is it's saying that it would be a really good time for you to jump into something that will make your life much easier, much better. And that's what I would focus on with this card. The other thing is that we go down to the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So if you are struggling or trying to get ahead, this would really represent realizing that there are people that can help you. And I would just tap into those resources, because you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is the card of resourcefulness. She taps into the resources that she has, and she uses them for success. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be resources, people, places, or things that you're not using, that you could be using, and that could make your life a lot better or a lot easier. And that's what I would focus on with this Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles also could be an increase in your finances. So I wouldn't even worry about that Five of Pentacles. Again, I think it's more about asking for help. With the Temperance card, you have the Knight of Swords and the Devil. And so this could say that you've tried to rush forward on something before and it didn't work out for you. Again, I think that you need to get moving on this path. I just wouldn't rush the path. I would take your time. I would also say that with all this manifestation stuff, sometimes I think the devil can just be habits that we need to eliminate. But these don't even have to be bad habits, right? It's like we all have certain little things that probably suck up a lot of time. Like maybe we watch too much Netflix or something like that. And so I feel like the devil is saying, there are kind of like little things that you could get rid of that would get you more into a space of attracting things faster. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a celebration. It's actually a really good card. So even if you're feeling left out in the cold, there could be a celebration coming in for you. The Four of Wands is a card of completion as well. And so it can say that you need to complete something, or something needs to be completed so that you can get to the other side and, live a better life. And the Four of Wands would be about committing to that journey. And that's kind of what I feel with that Five of Pentacles, is that there might be a journey that you have to commit to, and maybe it doesn't seem that great, but it's going to get you to where you need to go. I always say that for like 4.5 years, I had a big business failure when I was younger, and I was just sitting in my room doing nothing. And that whole time, like, my parents were telling me to get a job because I was doing nothing. But I thought I was like some sort of amazing entrepreneur at the time, right? So I kept trying new businesses and kept trying to get things to work, but it wasn't working. If I had just gotten a job, my life would have been 1,000 times better, right, during that time, because like I was pretty miserable and I was like making negative money at that time, which was horrible. And so again, if I had just gotten a job, it would have made my life so much easier looking back. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting off of the Five of Pentacles, Four Wands. It's like saying, yeah, maybe you have to take something that isn't that great right now, but it will get you to a much better place. I would have gotten to a much better place if I had done that. I cannot tell you how many opportunities I had at the time that I couldn't take advantage of because I had no money, right? If I had a job, I would have had money. I would have been able to take advantage of those opportunities. So really, I just held myself back for 4.5 years, right? And I kind of feel like that's what this is saying with this energy. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Definitely could be a new love connection. If you are attracting love, I feel like you could be attracting it's almost like two people who have been through something similar. I say this a lot to Scorpio, so, it could be a Scorpio that you're attracting or someone with a lot of Scorpio in your chart. You don't have Scorpio in this reading, but, I just kind of get that intuitively that it could be a Scorpio or it could be a person with, like, a lot of Scorpio in their chart. But Two of Cups is a perfect match, so that could be good. The Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. So this is a great card for kind of manifestation, like asking your higher self for guidance through meditation or, whatever you prefer to do. I think that would be great as well. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the South Node. It says, don't let your past hold you back. You also have this first quarter moon. It says your commitment is being tested. Probably your commitment to your path with that Four of Wands and the Temperance card with the path on it, right? So a lot of you maybe feel tested. I would say the good news is that this is coming up in the good stuff. So this could be like the end of the test, right? You have the Nine of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment or just fulfillment in general. Nine of Cups is also about being in alignment, which we talked about with the Chariot. So I think for you to manifest things faster, of course, you're going to have to be in alignment with what you want. And if you do that, you will be successful. So that's what I would do here with this card. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about going on an adventure or a new adventure. I like the Page of Wands sometimes because I feel like sometimes he just represents just feeling free, feeling kind of like lighthearted and playful. And so maybe this is an energy that you are going to be experiencing. I wouldn't even just say this week, but this whole month, of October. You could be feeling a little bit more lighthearted, or there at least is a more lighthearted energy for you to take advantage of, and I would take advantage of it because I think being more playful, lighthearted is going to set you free. You have the Three of Pentacles. I would definitely recommend teamwork with the Three of Pentacles, especially coming off of the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can sometimes say that we don't want to work with other people, or we're not asking for help. And the Three of Pentacles would say asking for help will make your life a lot easier. And so if you need to ask for help, then I would. I am also getting like an energy of speaking up here. Like if there's something you need to say, I would say it. If it's to a person or to a group of people, I also think that will set you free. With the Nine of Cups, yes, you have the Page of Wands. Same thing. A lot of repeating cards here. This is almost like a Cancer reading. Only Cancer gets constant repeating cards, and you have a bunch of repeating cards in this reading. So I like repeating cards, like I said, because it really is confirmation that you're on the right path, you're doing the right things that you need to be doing at this time, and obviously that is a good thing. It really tells me that you are in alignment. With the Page of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords and the good stuff would say it's time to take a risk, and the risk could be to put yourself out there, or to go get that new job or that new position, or to start that new connection. So definitely a risk. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords, again showing up in the good stuff. I think this is two people that need to heal. The Three of Swords, even though it's coming up in the good stuff, is a card of forgiveness, and we have to remove those swords from our own heart, and we have to forgive ourselves or forgive a situation so that we can get what we want. But I kind of feel both people on the Five of Pentacles. It's like you have the Five of Pentacles with the Four of Wands, which is marriage. It's like these two people could be married, but they need to heal. So again, I would say if you're healed and you're attracting a person that isn't healed, then I would make sure they are healed. If you both are healed, then that's perfectly fine as well. You have the spread. It says period of prosperity and abundance. Love it. I think you're attracting a period of prosperity and abundance, which is good. You have this bird perched. It says waiting for news, package, or letter. I think I said something about news. Oh, yeah. You have this crow spirit. It says you will soon receive news that will bring blessed experiences into your life. I'm wondering if, this could be a job, especially if you've been waiting for news about a job or news about a position, then, that's what that could be. You have this February card, and this crib card says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So you clearly, between now and the beginning of the year, you could be creating something new. I kind of feel like you're birthing something right now. And, the February card could just be saying that, by the time we get to February, you're really going to be going. Things are really going to be moving forward, which is great. You have this career card. For the past, 2 months for you, Sag, we have been talking a lot about your career and changes in your career. So there you go. And finally, you have this love card. Definitely could be new love coming in for you. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but if you are meeting a new person, it looks really good. I would just make sure that they're not coming from a broken place. I would make sure that you're not coming from a broken place. Do the healing, do the forgiveness, or whatever you need to do with that Three of Swords. And as long as you do that, you'll be fine. And, that's what I would focus on here. But a really good reading, Sag. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.